I was asked recently, how do I stay motivated when things aren't going great, when I'm having an emotional day or a low day, and how do I keep that motivation going forward to make sure I hit my goals and I have a great life? Now, before we get into this, what we're going to look at is, what is motivation? What does the word motivation mean? And the word motivation is an internal driving force, an internal feeling that makes us have the energy to move towards our goals or outcomes or towards something we want to achieve. And it's really important to recognize what that actually means, because we can throw this word motivation around as in, like, oh, I don't feel motivated, or oh, I feel really motivated. And it becomes something that becomes almost an identity and can be a get out of jail clause when we just don't feel like doing something. So here's my 3 ways to get motivated, stay motivated, and in due course, then hit your goals and outcomes that you want to. The first thing, in order to provide that internal driving force to move towards your goals, you have to know what your goals are. You have to have goals that you really care about. You have to have outcomes that you're chasing that mean something to you. So if I take myself as an example, I've got a relatively new son. He's 10 months old. And one of my goals, overarching goals, is to be an amazing dad, to be his hero. But that as a goal, that's a great vision to have for the future. But what does that actually mean? That actually means to me that I need to behave in a certain way, that I need to act in a certain way, that I need to do things that make me have great energy, that make me be a great example, that make me be able to show up for him and my partner daily. So building out those goals, building out that overarching aim, that big aim of being a great dad, the first thing you need to do with a big goal like that is define what it really means. What is being a great dad, or what does being the healthiest version of yourself mean, or whatever your goals are? What does being fit mean? What does being healthy, what does having a great life mean to you? So you've got to do some real kind of deep and interesting work on that, define that, go into more detail. So for me, as I say, being a great dad, it means a lot of things. I want to be able to go on trips. I want to be able to explore the world. I want to be able to be an emotional sounding board for my son as he grows up. I want to be able to advise him and help him and support him. And in order to do all of those things, I need to be fit, well, healthy. I need to make sure I live a long time. I'm in my 40s now, and as I say, he's only 10 months, so I need to look after my health and make sure that I'm able to be around for a long time for him. And all of these things start to build a really compelling vision of the future for me. I can see compelling things that I want to do, that I want to achieve, and I can go in even deeper than that and say, what are those trips I want to go on with him and Jodie? What are those adventures we want to take? How do I want to work with him on his curiosity and the things he loves? And I can start making a list of these things I want to do. And then I've got to figure out what I need to do in order to get there. Do I need to make more money? Do I need to be fitter? Do I need to be stronger? Do I need to be healthier? And then I can start to do these things that maybe we don't enjoy doing as much as maybe we think, such as getting our steps in, eating healthier, exercising. I can do those things with a bigger vision in mind. And that really helps to motivate me to take the actions I need to take to hit those bigger goals. See, all of our goals don't have to be around health and fitness. Health and fitness and a healthy mind and a healthy body can just be vehicles to hit our other goals in life. Whether that's having our dream home, whether that's taking our dream holiday, whether that's doing things daily that you really enjoy. Whatever those goals are, health and fitness can underpin them. They don't have to be your main goal. And as you go deeper and expand into these goals, you start to really create an idea and that vision that you want to hit. The next stage in making sure that you stay motivated and get motivated is to break these goals down, break these outcomes down, break these things down into quarterly targets, monthly targets, weekly targets, daily habits, daily targets, and break them down into something much more manageable. Because, let's on the face of it, if you're sat there right now on the couch watching this thinking, I'm miles away from where I want to be. I'm overweight, I'm unfit, I'm unhealthy, everything hurts, I feel low, I feel demotivated, unhappy, then a big goal like being an amazing dad or getting a handle on my health or feeling amazing is quite overwhelming and could scare you a little bit. Now, the scary bit, that's okay. It's okay to have goals that scare you a little bit, but the overwhelming, we don't want that. We don't want to be overwhelmed. So we need to break these down into what I would call manageable things. And once you know what those manageable things are, you can get after them, you can tackle them, you can try and do things daily that help you get there. So I know in order to be a great dad, I need to focus on feeling and being healthy in my mind and body. So I need to look at the habits and the things that I need to do each day in order to hit that. And you can break that down. You know, if I think, right, by the end of this quarter, you know what, I need to I need to be able to spend more time with Albie. I need to be able to manage my diary better. I need to be able to do things that allow me to spend time with him. So I've got to get more efficient. I've got to maybe get up a little bit earlier each morning. I've got to make sure I book myself in for my exercise with plenty of notice so that I know my diary so that I can be more available to Jodie and Albie. So maybe a weekly habit for me is to book my exercise for the week ahead. Maybe a daily habit for me is to not press snooze. That's a daily little challenge. And when you change that into a daily challenge, into something that you just want to hit that day, a few little priorities, it almost becomes a game. It almost becomes something, I want to set 3 priorities today and I want to score 3 out of 3. I want to make sure I hit 3 out of 3. And they can be little small things, not hitting snooze, making sure I get 10,000 steps in, making sure I have at least half an hour with Albie uninterrupted, one-on-one. All of those little things that I know will make me into a better dad, into a dad that is going to give Albie the tools and the life and the example that I want to. Because that is a big overarching goal for me, as I've said earlier on. So breaking them down, have a little think about what you can do for these big overwhelming goals and just break them down into daily habits. And don't get me wrong, you might not hit those daily habits every day. But when you miss one, you've got some feedback as to what you need to do tomorrow to hit that. What you need to do tomorrow to be better. And the third part of this, the third part of being motivated and giving yourself the best chance to feel motivated and get done what you want to get done and hit your goals, is to get really key. There was a word when I talked about the definition of motivation, and it was about giving yourself the energy to get after what you want to get after. And energy is absolutely key, and so many of us are unaware of what saps our energy and also what grows our energy, what makes us feel great energy. And by great energy, I don't necessarily mean bouncing around physically, bouncing around like a maniac. I mean having great energy, feeling alive, feeling like we want to get after things, feeling like we want to do things. And there's so many things in our life that sap that energy, and there's so many things that give us energy. I'm going to give you some examples from me. I've done a lot of work on understanding, and every night I'll use my journal to write down what I didn't do so well today and what I did do well. And here's some things that I know build my energy. And I'll also give you some things that sap my energy. So building my energy. I know that a great night's sleep builds my energy, makes me feel great. I know that feeling really hydrated makes me feel great. I know that eating fresh, real foods makes me feel way better. I know that avoiding alcohol makes me feel better. That's a big sap on my energy, is alcohol. I know that being around people and moving is a great boost to my energy. That's why I love coaching our sessions here at Hitsona, because it gives me great energy. I know that spending a lot of time on my phone saps my energy, being in front of a screen. I know being on my own for too long makes my energy drop. I know that being in bed too late and being on my phone in bed, really, really drains my energy the next day. And when I'm aware of these things, now don't get me wrong, I don't get these right every day. I don't get them right most days. There's things I'll do every day that sap my energy that I then notice. For example, I know that meditation is a great boost to my energy when I meditate in the morning. Do I meditate every morning? No, I don't. We're always works in progress. We're always able to try and address things that make us better. But we can only do that if we're aware of these things. So maybe take out a pen and paper over the next week and just make a note out of 10 of where your energy's at certain times of the day and what you've done in the hours before that, in the minutes before that. And if your energy does feel low, try and do some of the things that make your energy feel higher. Because again, let's say you've got an exercise session booked in the morning. You know that you want to feel motivated to go and do that. If you know that being on your phone till late at night, not getting to sleep is going to sap that energy, put your phone down, pick up a book or do whatever it is that helps you get to sleep. That will help your energy the next day. When you wake up feeling like there's more energy, guess what? You're more likely to do the things you need to do and feel motivated. Sometimes you can even make a note of where your energy is out of 10. Let's say it's a 4. And then ask yourself the question, what can I do to make my energy an 8 or a 9 or a 10? You'll know those things. Is it go and neck a pint of water? Is it move around 5 minutes walking around the garden? Whatever those things are, do them. Because in the end, you're in control. It's your life, it's your energy, it's your goals, it's your motivation. But they are the 3 key things I would say really help me stay motivated. 1, creating an exciting vision of your future and knowing what your goals are and actually making goals that matter. Creating goals that matter. That's number 1. Number 2 is to break those goals down into quarterly, monthly, weekly, and daily habits, targets, priorities that you can aim for every single day that move you closer towards that goal. And number 3, get a handle on your energy. Understand your energy, understand what boosts it, understand what drains it, and do more of the things that boost it and less of the things that drain it. If you'd like to know more about how we can help you do that here at Hitsona, please send us a message or click on the link in the description below, and we'd love to help you out.